What's going on, my pretty pandas? It's your huggable hipster here, and welcome back to today's tea talk, where we're gonna spill some juicy tea, specifically on YouTube. Actually, I haven't done a YouTube tea spillage in quite some time because they've been doing good. They've been doing pretty okay considering the fact that it's YouTube. I don't know what else to say about that. But you know what? Like I always say, I love working for the platform. I love working with the platform. I don't work close with YouTube, or else my numbers would probably be a little bit higher. Let me know your secrets, YouTube. I'd love to know. We're gonna dive into some gaming news first, but before I get into that, I do have to say, yes, I got another copy. It's version 4. This was the only one that was left in Walmart. There's some army apparently in upstate New York. I have version 1. We're going. I mean, I don't know which one I'm going to get. I honestly am just so incredibly happy about this comeback. You guys know how I feel. If you guys watch my vlogging channel at all, you guys know how I feel because I posted 2 videos there. One of an unboxing of version 1 and one of a reaction video to the Boy With Love music video featuring Halsey. If you guys have not seen it yet, please be sure to check it out. I'll leave it as a link at the end of the video. But first up in gaming news, Infinity Ward Respawn co-founder is now working with Epic Games. Now it states here in the article that Jason West, one of the co-founders of game development studies Infinity Ward and Respawn Entertainment, is now working with Epic Games on a new project, according to the tweet from the Game Awards producer Geoff Keighley. Oh god, people are gonna get mad at me for pronouncing that wrong. It goes on to say that Variety reached out to Epic Games, who confirmed Keighley's how you pronounce that name, contributing to Epic's development efforts. No further details were provided. I hate when they do that. I hate when they tease us. During his time at Infinity Ward, West worked on the Call of Duty franchise along with co-founders Vince Zampella and Grant Collier. What with the names? They're so diverse in texture and sound. Whenever I try to pronounce them, I'm gonna get murdered down the comment section. The development team. Collier left in 2009 to join the studio's parent company, Activision. West and Zampella were famously fired from Infinity Ward a year later, if y'all remember that, with accusing the pair of breaches of contract and insubordination. To say, I'm anxious but also kind of excited to see what happens with this. I'm actually really excited because I never really liked Call of Duty, but the most recent Call of Duty was actually really good, and I don't think he actually worked on this most recent one. But whatever comes out of Epic Games, I'll be hesitant, but I'll be very anxious and excited to see what happens. So I will keep you guys posted on the situation as it goes along. Now for our next piece of news, for all of our Star Wars fans who are here, not myself because I don't like Star Wars, states here in the article that Jedi Fallen Order is a single player with no microtransactions, and it's set to release in 2019. This year, folks, this year. So, grab your Star Wars mugs, return to the Jedi, and do something. I don't know any of the lingo from Star Wars. So it goes into stating in the article that in the current AAA gaming climate, in which live service multiplayer and microtransactions soaked mobile games reign supreme, there are a few words that will bring gamers to a new title in droves right now, and Respawn Entertainment Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is saying all of them. Single player with no microtransactions. Star Wars Celebration is on full force this week, and even though potential players will finally be learning something concrete about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order today, it's likely the latest news is all that some needed to hear, and I'm very happy that they're not doing microtransactions because those are big old biatch. You even have microtransactions whenever you're doing other games that are AAA titles. Seriously, it gets annoying after a while. Now, mostly, for those of you who are not aware of the current state of microtransactions, they're usually used in free-to-play games. Like whenever I got Warframe, there were different things that you could get with the game, even though it was free, but you had those microtransactions that were like $2, $3, $4, $5. Very smart business idea, but it's also very annoying for the person who is investing in said game. You guys might recognize this name. It also states here in the article that Respawn co-founder Vince Zampella took to the Star Wars Celebration stage yesterday to proudly announce that Jedi Fallen Order is strictly story-based experience with no multiplayer. Thank you. That makes me so happy. Even though I'm not a Star Wars fan, anything that has story mode and no multiplayer makes me very it makes me a happy panda, okay? So this article and the other one will be down in the description below so you guys can check it out. Really eager to see what you guys think. We all use YouTube. We all love YouTube. We all kind of worship YouTube to a certain extent because it is the most extensive library out there on the internet of any video that you want to watch, including adorable kitties and little, pets and pups that must has pizza. Yesterday and today, YouTube did a major no-no. Yesterday, as a lot of you know because I tweeted about it constantly, was the BTS comeback for Map of the Soul Persona, and also it was the day that Boy With Love aired on YouTube. For those of you who aren't really crazy into the K-pop and don't know about it, there are certain comeback goals that a lot of us have to meet in order to get to chart Billboard Top 100, Top 200, all of that kind of stuff. It's basically like a way for the system to see like, hey, these guys are popular and they're charting and they're doing well. And there are also Spotify charts. There's just a massive amounts of things if we want to be ever considered for a Grammy, to be considered for a Billboard nomination, all that kind of thing. It's very intensive. And one thing that we normally do is all of the international army, which are called iArmy, we all throughout our time zones will stay up and we'll stream, and then we'll go to bed and we'll basically pass the torch over to the Asian army and say like, hey, you guys are awake now, it's your turn, so you guys stream the hell out of the video. We streamed like the hell out of the video, and we got up to like, I think 50 million views within the first few hours, which was freaking amazing. There are army from all over the world, from Ireland, from Turkey, from just everywhere that you can even think of, and it's so astonishing to me because it's such a massive fan base. Like, it's one of the most massive fan bases I've ever seen. And also, in my time doing music from the time I was 17 to now, it is one of the most respectable fan bases I've ever seen. I mean, it's literally a family. It's not just a fandom. But one thing that YouTube did, it was really crappy, and I don't even think they're gonna own up to it. What they've stated was that they freeze the views, which doesn't make sense. I don't know why. But the thing is that for being a YouTuber for the past 3 years, like, you learn a lot. And one thing that I've learned is that you can't freeze views. And the main thing that I've noticed is that they just not only freeze views, but they will take views away. I've experienced it with my videos. Once I got to like, I think, what was it? The first video that I ever had that went viral was the one talking about Twames, the way he left YouTube. That got to like 17,000 views within the first day, I think. And what happened was YouTube was seeing that it was getting a lot of views, and they took it down to 10,000 views. And I was like, where did the 7,000 go? Where did the rest of my views go? And then through the power of YouTube and through the power of people who were following me on YouTube, it got back up to like 17,000, and I think it might be close to 19,000 views right now. So the point that I'm trying to make is that with YouTube, they know what they're doing. And the thing is that you don't see Shawn Mendes' views get taken off, and he gets millions of views. You don't see Ed Sheeran's views get taken off. He's from the UK. You don't see Ariana Grande's views get taken off, especially like that crap show of YouTube Rewind. You don't see that getting taken off, especially with the views from that, because they want to see those views on there, and that's over 170 million views right now. YouTube Rewind was a joke, and the fact that they even called it a rewind, it was kind of I don't know, it's kind of disrespectful to a lot of the YouTubers that really worked hard on the platform. But still, that video has 170 million views. And of course it's YouTube Rewind, so no, they're never going to take down any of the views or do anything bad, right? I don't want to call racism on this, but I'm calling the racism card on this. So I was actually having a conversation with my friend Erica about this a few hours ago. We're both very disappointed in the fact that YouTube is actually taking away views from this video. I mean, it saddens the both of us, because whenever I look at it, every time, it never fails that every single time a music video comes out from BTS, the views will decrease and the views will get taken away, or they'll get frozen, or whatever the BS card that they want to pull is. And the thing is that, yes, I work on this platform, but I'm a creative entrepreneur, okay? So this isn't my job. This isn't my livelihood that I make money off of. Maybe someday it will be, and that'll be cool. But until then, I can say whatever I want. I'm not bound by an NDA. I'm not bound by a contract. I have freedom of speech right now. So the fact of the matter is that there's something about BTS that YouTube doesn't like, and they want to be able to say, how can we hinder this growth right now? Because they're playing favoritism. Look at it honestly, seriously. What are they doing with Shawn Mendes, with Ariana Grande, with even Deolupa, like, if that's how you pronounce her name, I'm so sorry. I actually really like their music and I really like what they put out, but they're playing favorites here. A lot of the singers, songwriters, musicians who are in the States get more clout, more favoritism than the ones from other countries do. And it's a sad thing, but look at all the views that BTS gets. Look at how we crush the goals every single year. It never fails. And then what do you know? We're getting close to like 90 million views at one point, and then they drop us down to 80 million views. And the thing is that YouTube wants to play the safe card, and they're being fake woke. Whenever they play the favoritism card, and not just this year, but last year, and quite possibly the year before that, they are not only disrespecting BTS, but they're disrespecting ARMY as well. Because some of us stayed up 24 hours to keep streaming and to keep promoting and to keep doing that stuff. I didn't go to bed last night until 2 a.m., I believe, because I was just streaming and I was, looking at the charts. I was looking at everything that was going on with people and how they were streaming, and if someone was like streaming the lyrics instead of the MV, we had to correct them and say, no, you're supposed to only stream the MV. And that's the thing, we're like, we have such specific things that we need to meet and deadlines that we need to meet for a lot of these comebacks that I don't think YouTube really takes it seriously. They're like, oh, it's a Korean band from South Korea. It's like, oh, what deadlines? Oh, you're so cute, pat on the head. Like, no, like it's serious. Like, these guys are like the current day version of the Beatles. Like, they're trending worldwide. They're gonna be on SNL tonight. They're doing massive things with charity, for UNICEF, for just everything imaginable. And YouTube can just turn the other cheek and say, oh, we're gonna take away about 10 million views from your video. Doesn't seem right. It's really, really fishy, and I really hope YouTube even sends out something, because they haven't even talked about this on their Twitter promoting the music video at all. Like, normally what YouTube will do is after a certain amount of time, they will promote a music video after getting so many views, and I have not seen them talk about Boy With Love at all. Not even once. Not even once. I even looked in their replies to tweets, because I know that a lot of people were contacting them asking, hey, what the hell's going on? Why are you guys deleting views? There were no replies there, and it was from the past 24 hours, because we saw it all happen this morning. I know when I woke up, it was the first thing that I saw pop on my timeline. So YouTube, if you're watching this, if you are, you're probably going to be taking down the video because you don't want any negative clout. The thing is that don't delete views. These guys have worked extremely hard on their music video, on their music, on just everything that they do with their stuff. Don't disrespect them. Don't disrespect us. And that's really all I gotta say, really. A part of me just doesn't want to get into trouble, but part of me just doesn't care, because it's freedom of speech at the end of the day, and a lot of people know what is happening with the view count is wrong. It doesn't happen with anybody else. It's only happening with BTS, which is really kind of messed up. And lastly, today we are going to go into our Korean phrase of the day. And our Korean phrase of the day today is do you have? So the way you say do you have is 에수요. So let's say you're going to a cafe or something like that. So if you want to say like, excuse me, do you have coffee? You would say 실례합니다, 에수요 커피? And that's how you would say, excuse me, do you have coffee? Or in my instance, since I'm allergic to all fish and all nuts, I would have to ask if anything is made with nuts, and I'm still working on that. But if you want to say I have an allergy, you would say it like this. 주 알레르기 에투요. So 주 allergy, which is basically the same in English as allergy, it's just allergy. 수 allergy 에투요. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below if you liked it, and be sure to have your notifications on, because after this video, I'm pretty sure YouTube is not gonna recommend my videos anymore. Be sure to stream Map of the Soul Persona, please. Be sure to stream Boy With Love. We want to get to 100 million views. We want to be able to be good on the Gaon charts, on the Billboard music charts. We want to be good everywhere. And be sure to follow me on Twitter at Ariel_Dannon, which will be tagged at the end of this video, so you guys can go follow me. That's where I post most of my stuff. And we just got to 1,000 followers on Twitter. Thank you guys so much, by the way. It's mostly ARMY and people who like gaming, so that's just awesome. I love that so much. Before we go, there was an update that I want to tell you guys about, since a lot of people are asking me about it, and I thought, you know what, why don't I just talk about it, because it's a game, I'm supposed to talk about it, you know? Getting over with Bennett Foddy. Now, you guys know that I actually really do enjoy the game, but a lot of people were like, hey, did you give up? Hey, did you quit? Are you not playing it anymore? This and this and that. And it's like, nope, I didn't give up the game at all. I just want to play it on my own time. And the thing is that game takes me so long to record. I make so many mistakes during that game, so for me, I would rather play it on my own time, chill out with it. You know, I get really kind of emotional about things whenever I can't complete it in a certain time frame, especially for a YouTube video. So for me, I would rather just enjoy this one on my own, and I will what I will do when I complete the game, I'll provide a screenshot, that way you guys know I completed the game. So yeah, and I'm also going to be writing an article on it too, that way you guys can see what I think of it, the philosophy behind it, because it really is a philosophical game, believe it or not. But stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.